The escape of Johnny Engle, the daring prison break that shocked the nation. In 1984, a prison escape took place that would forever change the way authorities viewed security and criminal ingenuity. It was the daring escape of Johnny Engle, a man whose criminal activities and shocking prison break made headlines across the United States. This is the story of how a seemingly ordinary prisoner pulled off one of the most audacious escapes in American prison history. John Engle wasn't your typical criminal. He wasn't known for petty thefts or low-level offenses. Engle was a career criminal who had been serving time for multiple violent crimes, including armed robbery. He was housed at the United States Penitentiary in Leavenworth, Kansas, a maximum security facility that had earned a reputation for holding the most dangerous criminals in the country. Despite the high security status of the prison, Engle had always shown a knack for manipulation and a deep understanding of how the system worked. Over the years, he had befriended several prison guards, convinced a number of fellow inmates to support him, and had meticulously studied the layout of the prison. He knew every inch of the facility, every shift change, and every blind spot in the prison's security system. Engle wasn't just planning an escape. He was planning an impossible escape. In the dead of night, on a seemingly quiet evening in 1980, Engle put his plan into motion. He had spent months preparing, gathering materials, digging tunnels, and making sure no one suspected a thing. The guards on his shift that night had been bribed, and the others were distracted by the commotion caused by a contrived fight between inmates. While everyone was distracted, Engle slipped away from his cell unnoticed. What happened next stunned everyone. Engle had secretly smuggled in tools over the course of several weeks, tools that allowed him to cut through the thick steel bars of his cell. After removing the bars, he crawled through a narrow tunnel he had dug in the walls. The tunnel led him to a part of the prison's underground utility system, which had been overlooked by security. But this wasn't just any tunnel. Engle had gone to extreme lengths to make it appear like a maintenance corridor, using his knowledge of the prison's infrastructure to create a perfect disguise. By the time the authorities discovered his escape, Engle was already out of the prison, deep into the woods surrounding the facility, with no clear trail to follow. The escape was a shock to the entire nation. Authorities were stunned that someone could pull off such a sophisticated plan. The prison's reputation was in ruins, and investigations into the escape revealed the shocking extent of Engle's manipulation. How had a man so deeply embedded in the system managed to outwit the guards, the security cameras, and the whole prison? But the most shocking part of the story was yet to come. Engle's escape didn't end in a simple disappearance. For months, Engle remained on the run. He used his knowledge of the criminal underworld to hide in plain sight, changing his appearance, adopting fake identities, and using stolen documents. Authorities were never able to track him down. It wasn't until 1990, 6 years after the escape, that Engle was finally caught. But by then, he had already changed his life entirely. It turned out that Engle had spent those years in hiding, running a sophisticated underground network that funded and facilitated the escape of other prisoners. He became a ghost in the system, using his experiences to help others escape from the very prisons that had once held him. His time on the run, though short, proved that a determined man could exploit any weakness in the system, no matter how tightly secured. The story of John Engle serves as a chilling reminder of how far criminals are willing to go to escape, and how easily a prison system can be taken advantage of. Engle's brazen escape remains one of the most shocking prison break stories in history, illustrating just how deeply someone can study and exploit weaknesses in the system, no matter how secure the institution might seem. If you were shocked by this true prison escape story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping true crime tales. Stay tuned for more stories from the darkest corners of criminal history.